Aquí estamos en la parroquia de San Alberto Magno, en la fiesta multicultural de la parroquia católica de San Alberto. A continuación están mirando una banda de Escocia, se llama Silver Castle Pipes and Drums, Austin, Texas.
We're Celebracion pipes and drums. Happy to be playing for you today. That was a set of 4/4 marches, starting, of course, with Scotland the Brave. And we have kind of a tradition that if we don't start with Scotland the Brave, we just simply don't go on. I think we did something different one time, and it was just a mess. So that's our traditional beginning. So we're going to go a little bit, even, I guess, in a way, even more traditional. We're going to have Mike come up with the Hill Country Highland Dancers, and we're going to have a little bit of Highland dancing for you.
Good afternoon, folks. We're the Hill Country Highland Dancers. How do you like this bagpipe music from the Silver Thistle Pipes and Drums? Man, it's like the best there is out there. And it makes us want to dance. This is dance-inducing music. So we're going to show you a few dances, and we have a lot of our beginners from the Hill Country Highland Dancers here. And we're going to the Scots have a lot of, they've done a lot of fighting in their history with each other and with the English. So there's a kind of military thread to Highland dancing. And we'll start off with Savannah showing us the famous Highland sword dance. How about that? Savannah Utah. I didn't want to say anything before she did that dance, but you know, the Scots would often do the sword dance as a pre-battle ritual. And if they could complete it without displacing the swords, it was a predictor of good fortune, not to mention good weather. And the wonderful weather that we have today is primarily because Savannah has been able to do that dance without touching the sword. Well, the Scots spent also a lot of their history as undesired immigrants. And our next dance is a social protest dance by the immigrants after they were taken over by the English in the late 18th century. And the English instigated a wholesale suppression of Scottish culture. They banned swords, they banned bagpipes, they banned whiskey, and most importantly, they banned the wearing of the kilt. And this is a dance where we symbolically, through a lot of kicking actions like this, kick off the old English trousers, the chartreuse as they called it in Gaelic, finally to triumphantly reveal the glorious Scottish kilt, the chartreuse.
While Michael is catching his breath, I just want to point out to all of you that Michael is 64 years young. Gets his Medicare card soon. Thank you. I can tell it, Michael.
Well, now my secret is out. In real life, I'm an academic physicist, and we all know that ages and things like that are always accidentally multiplied by a factor of 2 pi. So you have to divide by 2 pi to get the correct age. All right, so we'll finish up this set with a ladies' dance from 19th century Scotland. The Highland dances date to the Middle Ages. All this old military sword dance stuff. But this is a ladies' dance of relatively recent vintage called the Scottish lilt. And it's unusual because of its tempo. If you're musically inclined, it's in 9/8 tempo. It's what the Irish call a slip jig. But it's very unusual in Scottish dancing. Please enjoy the Scottish lilt. Ella Tigalar is one of our prize beginning dancers. And I did the Chantreuse with Amanda Orrock, one of our premier class competitive dancers. So we're going to bring these wonderful silver thistle pipes and drums back on stage again, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
So this crazy weather we've been having tends to play havoc with tuning the bagpipes. So we're just going to do a little quick tune while we do this set here.
We just want to make it clear, this is tuning, not playing. Some people can't tell the difference. And I don't know if you're aware that oftentimes bagpipers, can y'all even hear me? Bagpipers will march up and down as they play. You may have seen that. Do you know why bagpipers march up and down? Because it's hard to hit a moving target. Okay, you ready?
All right, so we're going to do another little switch up here. We're going to bring Mike back to do some more
Estamos aquí en la
dancing.
parroquia de San Alberto Magno, en la celebración multicultural, la parroquia San Alberto Magno. En un momento regresamos con ustedes, con el siguiente grupo de danza.
I just heard that Liz is suffering from